Hello everybody, wee Paddy from across the shuck, and another wee video this morning. This is the last of the Gearbest batch that I got a couple of weeks ago, and this one is a brother knife, and it's the brother 16, I don't know if you can see that or not, there we are, brother 1601. And if you watched my opening of the Gearbest package, you'll remember this was huge, and I've been really looking forward. I was looking forward to carrying it, and I'm gonna be really honest, I didn't carry it a whole lot. It's just too big for me, but it's a beautiful big knife, so you're gonna see it in a minute. We'll just get right to it. I'll get it out of the packaging, and this is where it comes. It's and to be honest, I quite like this because this is a recyclable package, and there's not many companies doing this. So if you see on the side there, it just tells you that this is packaging made with recycled materials made in China. So that's quite unusual for China. It's a good solid wee box, and it kept the knife in perfect nick. So we'll put that over there. Now, this is the big beauty, the Brother 1601, and it is a blatant takeoff from another knife, but I'm just going to leave that there. If you find out what it is, fine. But I mean, this is really well made. It really is solidly built. It's flow through at the top there. It says one knife, one life along the spacer up here. And it is the pull down, I'm not sure what they call these locks. I think this is the one. Is it a ball lock? Yeah, I think this is the ball lock that Spyderco do. It's a copy of that. Still a bit stiff, hasn't worked in properly yet, but I'm sure it will, like most of that sort of lock they do it. Good centering. Center is pretty good up the center, not too bad at all. Does it flick out? Yes, but let me look at the size of that knife. Like, that's my hand. Look at the size that knife is. And I really want to show off just how big it is straight away. Here is a tenacious, right? Here is a tenacious, and here is the brother knife. I'm going to put them butt to butt. Look at the look at the difference. That tenacious looks like a delicate, doesn't it? It really is a huge big knife. I'm just going to say it anyway. It's a copy of the Mannix 2XL. Huge big knife. Huge big knife. But it's got all brother markings. They're not making it out as they're copying it. And brother is made by a factory. It's Ming Hong Tools and Hardware in China. So they're not hiding any fact. They're not trying to make it out to be a Spyderco. They've given it its own name, which is fine by me. I'm quite happy with that. Huge, nice, big, thick stock on it, right up to the tip. A good stiff tip. Although it's it's narrow enough, but it's solid, and it feels solid. Underneath, you've got this sort of jimping that the Mannix would have underneath. I believe, I've never held a Mannix. Jimping underneath here with the forward. It's just absolutely amazing, and a knife this big. Everything about this would remind you of that company Spyderco, I'm afraid, because the jimping is so purposeful. It's perfect. It's pointing towards you. Everything about it. Large lanyard hole. It's in a tube in the back, as you can see. The fit and finish is just lovely. It's so smooth. You can't even feel inside there to see if there is you can't. It's so well done. Haven't really found anything. The actual screws and all are actually really good. I mean, I've listened to them and tightened them just to see what they're like. And they're big, do you know what I mean? It's not just your normal size 6 screws. So, who's this knife for? Do you want to know something? This is for somebody who wants to do some work. This is for somebody in construction. This is for somebody who has, a homestead or whatever. This is just a big, solid chunk of steel. Very, very comfortable in the hand. Very comfortable. You can get a huge full grip on that. And I'm using the back part of the knife. I've got a whole forward choil there. And look at that. When I go up to the forward choil, look what's left over at the back end of that knife. Look how much you can have another finger in there. I don't care what size your hands is. I believe this would fit you. Now, that's not a promise, but I would say any kind of hands would fit this knife. It is stunning. Clip, that's the only part I really don't like of it. The clip's too far down. It could have gone up here. But if that's all I'm going to complain about. To be honest with you, I found for me, look, I'll tell you what, let's do the measurements. Do the measurements, and then what I'm saying is going to make more sense. Let's start off with the weight. Now, in ounces, let's close it over. In ounces, it is 5.9, so it's 6 ounces. And we'll go to these other funny ones. It's 168 grams. So 6 ounces is about my limit. If the knife was narrow, this takes up a pocket. You'd have to wear your 511s or something like that. For me, I would need big pockets at the side for putting this in. I wouldn't want this in my jean pocket to walk about with. Now, that's just me. It's just me giving you my honest opinion. It's too big for it. It's a bit heavy. There's so much. There's at least, if you take that there, it's at least an inch and a bit sticking out over the top. So it's just too big for me for trousers. But this is a work knife. This is, I really do mean somebody working on a building site, somewhere like that, where they've got their big trousers on it with their cargo pants, they can throw it down. This will do some work. Beautiful. Now, what else? What size is it? What size is it, he says? What size is it? Let's do the European bit first. The European bit, it is 22.5 centimetres long with a cutting edge of 8.5 centimetres. Now, the proper measurements is 8 3/4 with a cutting edge of just under 3.5 inches. About 3 3/8. And I'm going to do this because let's just get this done. I'll do this in inches first. The thickness of the blade, let's get this up here, is 0.12 inches. And if I do that in the centimetres, chappies, 3mm. So it's not a hugely thick blade. It looks a bit thicker than that, to be honest. Mind you, say that 3mm will do anything, do you know what I mean? It will do anything. And this is 440C, which you know I love. It's a great steel. They've got 440 here. If you see it, it's 440C, the number of the thing, and it's the Brother logo on there. They've kept it pretty sterile apart from that, which I like. You know, that is nice. You know exactly what it is you've got. And this one knife, one life thing is quite nice on the top. I'm sure, can you read that? Yeah, I'm sure you can. It's such a hand filler. It is a lovely knife, and if I was out working on the sites like I used to, I would want this about with me. It really is such a good... But even you're a DIYer around the house, you always like to have a big knife. What's it cut like out of the box? I haven't done anything. I haven't done any real work with this, and that's the truth. It's 440C. I know what 440C is like. I have cut up just small things, nothing. But look, can you see that? That's 440C straight from the box. That's not copy paper. That's telephone paper. Look at that. Absolutely lovely. Bit of cardboard. What's it like with a bit of cardboard? Look how clean that cut is with the cardboard. Stunning. Stunning. Brother is another company that I've had great success with and some lovely knives. This one is a blatant copy. You'll have to make your own mind on this. I don't mind it because, one, they've got Brother on it. They're not trying it to make it out to be something else. Yes, it is I don't know what the real one looks like, but I take it it's not far off it. So it's up to you. What do you want to make of it? Again, some comparisons in size. You've seen the Tenacious compared to it. It's probably, you know, it's a good 1.25 inches bigger than the Tenacious. This is a Ganzo. This is the copy of the Para. Let me just bring this up to you and let you see that riding on top of that. Butt to butt. That's the difference. It's butt to butt. Look at the difference. Again, a good inch and a bit bigger than it. So you're talking a really substantial piece of meat. Really is. Look, I know some people don't like clones or copies or whatever, and I understand that, fully understand it. But like myself, I buy what I've got in money-wise, and to be honest with you, this is an absolutely great buy. As just a good honest work knife. It's 440C. It's got the pull down lock, ball lock, or whatever it's called. Look at that. That really is, you know, for a big knife, that is just really a lovely big knife. And I would say that'll wear in, like the old Ganzos used to, that'll wear in over time. Really nice. So, am I going to recommend this? Yes, I'm going to recommend it. But I recommend it as long as you're quite happy that you're buying a brute of a knife. It's 6 ounces. To be honest with you, it's not something I would carry in my pocket unless I was going to do something somewhere. It's not something I would use about the house. I don't have anything that big to do about the house with a knife this size. I have other knives for that. But if you work in a building site, or if you got a yard, or if you're on a farm, or if you're in a workshop, what a great workshop knife. What a great workshop knife. I just think it is super. And it's so grippy. There's no hot spots. I can squeeze that. And you would think with all this, can you see that up close? You would think with all this, I would feel something. And to be honest with you, it's not. It's comfortable. And once you climb up there, you can do some smaller work as well without any problem. I mean, you can change over and get that finger right up on the tip. Get up there close to it and you can really reach the end of a long blade. So, there's no problem with the design of the knife. There's no problem with the way they've carried out the work in the knife. I think super. Fully recommend it for if you're on a building site. I'm repeating myself because it's just a big bruiser. That's it, folks. I'm not going to dwell on this anymore. It's a big bruiser. It's very well made. It's very well put together. I would have no hesitation in recommending this as a solid work knife. So, hopefully we're getting some new knives this week. And I got a couple of things that people asked me for this time. Somebody asked me for a multi-tool. I've got it. Somebody else asked me, could I have a medium price knife from Gearbest? I've got a medium price knife. What else did I get? And 2 other things. I think one of them was a brand new flashlight, a wee toady flashlight. Something that's going to put the tip, do you know the tip, the Nightcore tip? It's a newer knife of the Nightcore. It's smaller than the tip, but it looks really good. So I got it, and I know flashlights are not great. I got it, and I can't think of the last one to save my life. But there we go. I'll leave you with it. This is the Brother 1601. Details are down below. You have 20% off. Use it wisely. And what I'll do is I'll put the other big knife that I had this time was the big HX. Not the H. Was it the HX? No, it wasn't. It was the one with a very deep pocket clip. I'll put that down below as well. It's another big knife. If you liked it, it'll give you the chance to get that. But on this outing, anything else you want from the Sport and Outdoor, use the same coupon code as you do for this or the other one I'm putting up. Just use it and that'll get you 20% off anything else you fancy. So, that's about as much as I can do today. Thank you very much indeed. Bye.